welcome to Storytime. We've got another mother-son Storytime today because big sister Ashley is doing a test for school and Daddy's working, so it's just us again today. By the way, I'm Nina.
I am Ben.
Ben Jr. And we're reading, "Oh, say can you say, oh my brothers, oh my sisters, these are terrible tongue twisters." And this is a Dr. Seuss book, so this is a lot of fun. We'll see if we can get through these without jumbling it all up. Ready? Okay, do you want to start?
You go first.
Me?
No.
Okay, alright. Said a book reading parrot named Hooey. The words in this book are all phooey. When you say them, your lips will make slips and backflips, and your tongue may end up in St. Louis. This is a tough one.
I should have done the first one.
You should have done the first one.
Wait, am I doing both of them?
You can do both unless you want me to do the other side. It's up to you.
It depends.
Okay, and then pink stickers, by the way, courtesy of Ashley. Thanks, Ash.
Do you like fresh fish? It's just fine at Finney's Diner. Finney also has some fresher fish that's fresher and much finer, but his best fish is the freshest fish, and Finney says with pride, "The finest fish at Finney's is my freshest fish, French fried." So, don't order the fresh or the fresher fish at Finney's if you're wise. You'll say, "Fetch me the finest French fried fish, freshest fish that Finney fries."
That's pretty good. This one's called Din's Shin. We have a dinosaur named Din. Din's thin. Din doesn't have much skin, and the bones fall out of his left front shin. Then we have to call in Pinner Blinn, who comes with his handy shin pin bin, and with a thin Blinn shin bone pin, Blinn pins Din's shin bones right back in. That's a tough one too. Bed spreader, bread spreader.
Okay.
Go
Bed spreader spread bed. Oh my. Bed spreader spreads on beds. Bread spreader spread butters on breads. In that bed spreader better watch out how he's spreading on, or that bed spreader's sure going to butter his bedding.
That's funny.
There's a random cat or whatever that is.
Ape cakes, grape cakes. As he gobbled the cakes on his plate, the greedy ape said as he ate, "The greener green grapes are, the keener keen apes are, the gobble green grape cakes, they're great." Are you having trouble in saying this stuff? It's really quite easy for me. I just look in the mirror and say what I see, and then I just say what I see, and I see what I say. Something like that.
Okay.
Go for it.
Now let's talk about money. You should leave your groks at home when you travel by air. If you take them along, they charge double the fare, and your groks must be packed and locked up in a groks box, which costs much more than a little old fox box. So it heaps a lot cheaper to fly with your foxes and waste all that money on boxes for grokses. And what do you think costs more, a simple thimble or a single shingle? Shingle, I don't know. A simple thimble could cost less than a single shingle would, I guess, but so I think that the single shingle should cost more than the simple thimble would.
These are terrible tongue twisters. Eat at Skipper Zips. If you like to eat potato chips and chew pork chops on clipper ships, I suggest that you chew a few chips and a chop at Skipper Zips Clipper Ship Chip Chop Shop. And if your tongue is getting queasy, don't give up. The next one's easy.
No.
The Fudnuddlers.
The Fudnuddlers. There are so many things that you really should know, and that's why I'm bothering telling you so. You should know the first names of the Fuddler brothers, who like to pile each on the heads of the others. If you start at the top, they are Bipper and Bud and Skipper and Jipper and Jeffrey and Judd,
Horatio,
Horace, and Hendrix and Hud, and then come Dinwoody and Dinty and Dud. Also Fitzsimmon and Frederick and Fudd and Slinky and Stinky and Stewart and Stud. And down at the bottom is poor little Lud. But if Lud ever sneezes, his name will be Mud.
Oh, these are so silly. Love it. Quack Quack. We have 2 ducks, one blue, one black, and when our blue duck goes quack quack, our black duck quickly quack quacks back. The quack's blue quacks, makes her quite a quacker, but black is a quicker quacker backer. And speaking of quacks reminds me of cracks and stacks and sacks and shacks and schnacks. So, oh, say can you say, I have cracks in my shack, I have smoke in my stack, and I think there's a schnack in the sack on my back. It's a bird.
West Beast and East Beast. Upon an island hard to reach, the East Beast sits upon his beach. Upon the West Beach sits the West Beast. Each beach thinks he's the best beast. Which beach is best? Well, I thought at first that the East was best and the West was worst. Then I looked again from the West to the East, and I liked the beast on the East beach least. Not last.
Pete pats pigs. Pete Briggs pats pigs. Briggs pats pink pigs. Briggs pats big pigs. Don't ask me why, it doesn't matter. Pete Briggs is a pink pig, big pig patter. Pete Briggs pats his big pink pigs all day. Don't ask me why, I cannot say. Then Pete puts his patted pigs away in his Pete Briggs pink pigs, big pigs, pig pen. Wow, that was a tough one.
Fritz needs Ned and Fred needs Ned. Fritz, oh my. Alrighty. Fritz feeds Fred and Fred feeds Fred.
You can do it. Oh, are you cracking up now? Can you read it?
Yes?
Yeah, okay, go. You got it, you got this.
No, I can't breathe. Fred feeds Fritz with Ritzy. Ritzy Fred food. Fritz feeds Fred with Ritzy Fred.
Fritz needs Fred and Fred needs Fritz. Fritz feeds Fred and Fred feeds Fritz. Fred feeds Fritz with Ritzy Fred food. Fritz feeds Fred with Ritzy Fritz food. And Fritz, when fed, has often said, I'm a Fred fed Fritz. Fred's a Fritz fed Fred. Fred food and Fritz food. That's a tough one too. I don't know if I want to eat that. What is that? It's like a green Cheeto or something like that.
I thought it was pickles.
Maybe, yeah. Do you want to read this one?
Oh yeah, you can. Actually, if you want, I don't know.
No, go ahead.
Okay, thank you. How to tell a clocks from a glotz?
How to tell a klotz from a glotz. One of them is called a klotz and one of them is a glotz.
Well, the glotz, you will notice, has lots of black spots. The klotz is quite different, with lots of black dots. But the problem is that the spots on a glotz are about the same size as the dots on a clocks. So you first have to stop who the one with the dots is. Then it's easy to tell who the clocks or the glocks is.
They're the same. They look exactly the same. That's tough.
They have the same amount of spots.
What would you rather be when you grow up? A cop in a cop's cap, or a cupcake cook in a cupcake cook's cap? Or a fat flapjack flapper in a flat flapped jack cap? Or if you think you don't like cops' caps, flapjack flappers, or cupcake cooks' caps, maybe you're one of those choosy chaps who likes kooky captain's caps, perhaps.
Kooky.
That's a lot of hats on that captain.
More about Blinn. Well, when Blinn comes home tired from his work pinning shins, the happiest hour of old Blinn's day begins. Mr. Blinn is the father of musical twins who, tucking twin instruments under twin chins, lull their daddy to sleep with twin Blinn violins. And oh, say, can you say, far away in Berlin, a musical urchin named Gretchen von Schwinn has a blue-footed, true-footed, trick-fingered, slick-fingered, six-fingered, six-string tin Schwinn mandolin.
Schwinn also makes bikes.
Fritz feeds Fred.
The twin Blinn violins, I like that. Rope soap, hoop soap. I hope to wash soup off a rope. Simply scrub it with scrope. Or if you hope to wash soup off a rope, simply scrub it with scrope. Scrope is so strong that no rope is too long, but if you should wish to wash soup off of a hoop, I suggest that it's best to let your whole silly souped up hoop soak in Soapy Cooper's super soap off hoops soak suds. Wow, that one's really hard. Let's try that again. Soapy Cooper's super soup off hoops soak suds. I had to say that super slow to get it.
Merry Christmas mush. One year we had a Christmas brunch with Merry Christmas mush too much. Munch. I don't think you'd care for such. We didn't like the mush. Okay, let me say that. We didn't like the munch mush much.
One more time. We didn't what? Say that again. We didn't like to munch mush much.
You can't.
Okay. And speaking of Christmas, here are some great gifts to give your daddy. If your daddy's name is Jim, and if Jim swims, and if Jim's slim, the perfect Christmas gift for him is a set of Slim Jim swim fins. But if your daddy's name is Dwight, and he likes to look at birds at night, the gift for Dwight that might be right is a bright Dwight bird flight night sight light. Wow, that's huge. That is a big, big thing of light.
But never give your daddy a walrus. A walrus with whiskers is not a good pet, and a walrus with whispers, which whispers, is worse even yet. When a walrus lisps whiskers through a tough, rough, wet whiskers, your poor daddy's ear will get blisters and bliskers, whatever that is. And that's almost enough of such stuff for one day. One more, and you're finished. Oh, say can you say?
The storm starts when the drops starts dropping. And when the drops stop dropping, then the storm starts stopping. And that is it. Thank you for joining us for Oh Say Can You Say. Lots of tongue twisters for your day. Hip hip hooray. Okay. All right. Bye. That was good. Good job, Benny. Love you. Bye. God bless.